Hello, welcome to my channel and welcome to this video. I haven't been on here for a while, so I'm happy to be making another video. It's finally spring. You can see there's some sun coming through my window. And today we're going to do an all-floor gentle yoga practice focused on our hips and low back. So those areas often get very tight and tense, so we'll do some releasing through those areas. You will need 2 pillows and a blanket for practice. And we're going to start on our backs. So grab your blanket if you would like it to place underneath your head. And we'll come down onto the floor. So hopefully you have a mat or a soft surface to be on. And roll down and have your knees bent with your feet on the floor. You can have your hands resting on your belly. And notice your shoulders, just give them a little wiggle so that they soften down onto your mat. And maybe even wiggle your hips and your low back a little, because right away you may notice some tension in the hips and the low back. You can even do a few little movements back and forth with the pelvis. And sometimes that can feel good on the low back. And then just come to a neutral place. You can close your eyes or keep them soft. And begin to bring your awareness and your attention inward. Now focus on the flow of your breath. The movement of the air coming in and traveling out. And then just come into a smooth, natural rhythm of your breath. And notice any places that may feel a little tight or tense. Maybe it's in your low back or your hips. And just notice the sensations without judging. And allow your breath to flow nice and easy. Take another breath or two. And then when you're ready, if you had your eyes closed, you can open them up and begin to draw your right knee in towards your chest. So you can have your hands behind the thigh, or maybe you just place your hands on your knee. So we're going to give that knee a hug in and then move the knee away. So we're drawing the knee in and moving it away. So this is just a nice, gentle movement. And what we're doing here is starting to release through the low back. So it's going to be more on the right side here. Let's do one more. Draw it in. And then you can place that right foot down, release your arms. We'll draw in the left knee this time. So the left side, in and out. So you may feel that little release as you draw the knee in. Let's do one more here. You can draw that left knee in, keep the knee in, and then draw the right knee in. Widen your knees. You can have your hands on your knees or maybe behind your thighs. That feels better. And begin to draw a nice big circle on the ceiling. So you're making circles the opposite direction. They're going the opposite direction. So this is getting into our hips and low back. And then we will switch directions. So you'll pause and go the other way. Do an equal number. So I did about 4 or 5. You can maybe hear my floor crackling here. And then come back to center. Draw the knees in and give yourself a little rock here. And we'll rock over to one side. And then push yourself up. We're going to make our way into a table position. So you may want to use your blanket underneath your knees, especially if you're on, you can see I'm on a hardwood floor, so I definitely want to pad my knees. If you're on a carpet, you may not need to, but if your knees are sensitive, I would recommend that you place the blanket underneath, maybe not too thick, but just so that you have enough padding so it feels more comfortable. And then place your hands down onto your mat so that your wrists are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. So you're in a table position. You can spread your fingers a little bit here to give you a good base of support. And then on your inhale, lower your belly towards your mat as you look forward. On your exhale, begin to round through your spine. And then move your hips towards your heels. They don't have to come all the way back. You're going to bring your forearms down to your mat and then pull through as you arch through your spine. Look up. Exhale as you round back. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, round back. You can go at your own pace here. And just find a rhythm of movement that feels good to you. Good. We'll do one more round. And come forward. Come back to your table position. Begin to extend your right leg back so that your toes are down and your heel is up. Push through your heel. Feel that stretch in the lower leg, your calf. And come back to center. And then pick up your right leg and bring it over your left. Okay? And begin to look over your left shoulder at your right foot. So you should feel the stretch all the way down the right side of your body. Breathe here and find ease in the pose. Find ease in your stretch. All right, so pick up that right leg. We're going to swing it back over. Bring the right knee in to meet the left. You're going to come back to your table pose. Extend your left foot back. Your toes are down, heel is up, and then press through the heel. That might feel nice if you're a walker. Those calves get awfully tight. And come back to center. Then we're going to lift the left leg and cross it over the right. And you can peek over your right shoulder at your left foot. And breathe here nice and smooth. All right, lift that leg. Bring the knee back in to meet the right. We're going to just widen the knees a little bit. Walk the hands up, maybe about a hand print or two forward. And then shift your hips back and begin to circle your hips. You can bend your elbows. Just make it nice and fluid. Going back and around. Again, find a rhythm with your breath and your movement. And pause and switch, go the other direction. It's getting into the hips and the low back. I can feel it on the side of my low back that gets really tight sometimes. Good. And come back to center. You can bring your knees in a little bit closer here. You can walk the hands in actually you can walk them forward a little bit more. We're going to come down to our belly. So you're going to shift forward here. And I'm going to use you can use your blanket underneath your hips here if that feels good. I'm going to come all the way down here. The tops of my feet are down on the ground, and I'm going to move my hands so they're right under my shoulders, near my chest. Bring my shoulders up, back, and down, and I'm just looking straight down towards the floor. Spine is nice and long, and we'll move into a cobra pose. So this strengthens our low back. So you want to think about an extending through the top of your head. All right, so on the inhale, think of extending through the top of your head. Inhale, lengthen as you lift your head, neck, and chest. On your exhale, float back down. I notice my shoulders kind of crept up, so I'm going to wiggle them down. On my inhale, I'm going to think about lengthening through my spine. Lift up head, neck, and shoulders. And then exhale down. Let's do that one more time. So inhale, think about lengthening through your spine. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. And on your exhale here, we're going to come all the way down. So bring one hand on top of the other. You can rest your forehead. Wiggle your hips. Release any tension in your shoulders. Bend your knees. And then windshield wiper your legs. This may feel really nice to your low back. If it doesn't, you can bring your legs down and just rest. Sometimes stillness is what we need. And we'll do one more to each side. And then lower your legs. You can lift your head, and we'll make our way over onto our backs. So you may have to grab your blanket here and reposition it if you would like it underneath your head. We're coming back onto our back, and hopefully you have your pillows nearby. Your knees are bent, feet are on the ground, arms are down by your side. And begin to walk your feet in so that your ankles are underneath your knees. And your feet are about hip distance apart. So if you look up at your legs, they look like the number 11. We'll move into rolling bridge. On your inhale, push into your feet as you start to lift your hips off the ground and your arms float up and overhead. On your exhale, you're going to lower your arms and lower your hips. Nice and slow and controlled. So let's do that 2 more times with our breath. Inhale, lift the hips and float the arms up. And exhale, lower. And one more time. Inhale. Maybe you went a little higher this time. And then return back down onto your mat. Take a pause. And just notice how you're feeling now. Do you feel a little looser in your hips and low back? Again, we're noticing sensations in the body without judgment. But hopefully you do feel better. All right, draw your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little hug. And then place your feet back onto your mat. Widen your feet. And then your knees will come into touch. You can move your arms out to the side a little bit. And begin to windshield wiper your legs. So the legs fall to one side, come through center, and then to the other. And maybe you add the turn of your head. Legs go to one side, and you look over the opposite shoulder. Let's take one more movement to each side. And then come back to center. You can move your feet back so they're more parallel. And grab your pillows. So hopefully you have 2 pillows. You could even use blocks here, but I like pillows because they're nice and soft. And you're going to put the pillows right to the side of your legs. And we're going to do a recline cobbler's pose. Some people call this a butterfly pose. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together and then just allow your knees to widen here. And you have your pillows, and you can really bring them in close to your body. So they're supporting your legs. So this is a nice, gentle cobbler's pose. And then your arms can come out by your side. Maybe you move them off to the sides a little bit. Flip your palms up. Wiggle your shoulders down onto your mat. Or if you prefer, you can have your hands resting on your belly, noticing the sensation of your breath. So whatever way feels best for you. And just allow your low back and hips to release as you breathe nice and smooth. And easy. We'll take a few more breaths here. And then begin to bring your hands to the outside of your legs so you can gently guide the legs back up to center, and then draw your knees in towards your chest and rock them side to side. Maybe you do circles again if that feels good. Massage through the low back. Go the other way. And then bring your feet back down to the ground. Maybe you use a pillow here underneath your knees for some support. That can feel nice for your low back so that you can release a little bit more. You can place that pillow right under your knees. Again, relax your shoulders. The arms can come out by your sides. Maybe your feet kind of float open. You can close your eyes. Soften your breath. Soften your face. And allow your whole body to relax. And release. And And you can stay here for as long as you like. Maybe you stop the video here and spend another 5 or 10 minutes resting in Shavasana. Or if you are ready to come up, you can bring your knees in, roll over to one side. And I hope that you enjoyed that video and you feel a little more at ease through your hips and your low back. Thank you for joining me. Take care and be well.